Welcome back to Mid Money Bets. Today is Thursday, December 9th, 2021. And we have a packed show, even though we have no college picks, because we'll break down the bigger bowl games when they get there. But we've got our NFL picks. We've got some Heisman chat. We have the biggest game in college football this week, Army Navy.
The biggest game.
The most exciting game.
Yep.
So let's get right into it. Let's cue the intro and let's talk some football.
Rolling, holds it, turns through the legs. Oh my goodness! Are you kidding me?
This is
One for Dodson. The three won't go. Rebound box. Back out to Allen. His three-pointer back. Tie game. Line of the goal. Kucherov gets clobbered by Carmel. The big games. Locked in settings. There's nothing like
Okay, so like I said, packed show for you guys today. We've got a little Army-Navy preview, break down some statistics, some Heisman talk, NFL picks, a new segment alert.
Wee-woo.
Cody has an idea.
Cannot wait to hear it.
We each have a 4-leg NFL parlay in place of no 4 college picks from each other this week. And then I have a Christmas fact, as always. So, anything you'd like to recap from last week? You had a good week last week.
I did. I
It was
went
positive. So that's
5
good.
and 3. Alabama, Nick Saban as an underdog. I will take that every time. Absolutely free. Okay, State stinks.
Mhm.
Yep. That's about it.
This is why also, last week, textbook emotional hedge for me because I was thrilled when the Patriots won. I don't care if the bet lost. That's just how you draw it up in the playbook.
Yeah. I mean,
And speaking of Bills Patriots, we got a little bit of a preview of this week's Army Navy game. So
absolute thriller.
I have some statistics for us. First of all, some sportsbooks you can get it at 8. On DraftKings, it is 7.
Oh,
Army is favored, -7. The over-under is 34. The over is plus money. Now, let me break this down for you guys. If you were to bet the under in the last 15 Army-Navy games, how many bets do you think you would have won?
at least 8.
Wrong. Correct. You would have won all 15. The last 15 games have gone under the sportsbook total.
It has to go over, huh? No.
I don't think
That's
so.
not how it works in this game.
So, I like the under. Also because the over is plus money, and it's, I don't know, 34 is like a weird number. I feel like they know what they're doing. with
Army
that total.
is sneaky good, though.
Yeah, but they both run the triple option.
they do.
It's just like they know each other's playbook. This is like personal for each team. It doesn't matter how bad each one is. Like
I
this
don't
is their
think
Super
either
Bowl.
team wants to run it up either because it's just supposed to. They're not going to run it up on each other.
Also, before I get into like the other stats, we always talk about like respecting the troops in this country. We put this game in MetLife Stadium where the New York Jets and New York Giants play. I can't think of a more despicable place to put the Army-Navy game than a place where I legitimately think outside the lines the 2 worst NFL franchises play.
I mean, okay, let's not slander the Lions. They are one of the undefeated teams in December.
It's true.
They have not lost in December. That is something to be proud of.
But MetLife Stadium, disgusting, in the East Rutherford, New Jersey. Put this somewhere more patriotic. This is disgusting. Couple stats here. So Navy this year is 3-8 straight up. So you're probably wondering, well, I think Army's going to win this football game.
Absolutely.
However, Navy is 7-2 against the spread in their last 9. That's a trend that I really like to get behind.
What is the spread?
7.
Oh,
Army has won 15 of the last 16 straight up. Pretty good.
okay.
In the last 10, the favorite team in this game is 8-2 straight up, but 3-7 against the spread. So sportsbooks have no clue how to figure out the spread. And last year, Army blanked Navy 15-0. So went under. Navy kind of stinks. So a little bit of a revenge game for Navy.
Army's still good. Army's going to win this game.
I think Navy covers, though. I like the under in Navy.
I just like the under. That's it. I don't want to add anything.
I don't know
else.
why I like Navy. This is more so a home game, I think, for Army. I don't know where Navy's based out of, but Army's in West New York.
Well, probably the water.
Less traveling. That's true.
Got him. Bing bong.
So yeah, tune in on Saturday. Army Navy. There's some stats. Do with that what you will. I'm not going to give you a pick because this game makes no fucking sense, and I
might
would
just be naked with an American flag on me watching this game.
Okay. I would hate to talk poorly about either team because that would be disrespecting our nation's service members, and I'm not going to do that on this podcast.
Absolutely not.
So,
Won't do it.
Quick salute.
Yep. Thanks, Wyatt.
Yep. Play the little trumpets.
I won't even have to play it. That was good enough.
Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay, so on to Heisman talk. This could get contentious.
Baby.
Apparently, Evan has like a lot of notes. I don't know. I have some notes.
We are going to name one fraud and one person that we think should be in there.
I have one fraud and one person I think who should stand in for that fraud.
Okay. Pretty much same thing.
So
I think we have the same fraud.
I'll name the 4 finalists. Bryce Young, odds-on favorite. He's minus 6,000 right now, as he should be. He beat Georgia.
Fair.
Kenny Pickett.
Well, are you saying Cade should have been in the Heisman after he beats Georgia? Oh wait, the Heisman's way before. Yeah.
Take this off.
So he'll be in the Heisman next year
Has to
when
be.
he beats Georgia.
And
this
JJ
year.
too, right?
Technically, because JJ will play.
Yeah,
all right,
for sure.
Yep.
CJ Stroud, and Aiden Hutchinson. Now, would you like to spot a little Among Us throwback? Who's the imposter?
Pickett.
We don't agree, but
okay. So
go ahead.
You were saying yesterday you didn't think Pickett should be in there. Go ahead with your Aiden Hutchinson hate.
No, it's not Aiden Hutchinson. I think Aiden Hutchinson.
You think
deserves
CJ
it.
Stroud is the fraud?
I'll get into why Aiden Hutchinson doesn't.
You think Bryce
I'll get
Young's
into
the
that.
fraud? Who's the fraud?
CJ Stroud.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, I can break down the stats.
I need to hear them.
So, if we're going to compare, this is how I did it. So, the Heisman is largely a quarterback award. I think we all know that. It has been for the last few years.
It is awarded annually to the most outstanding player in college football and epitomizes great ability combined with diligence, perseverance, and hard work. That is exactly
what it is.
What
directly
it is.
from the Heisman Trust. Business School Cody immediately went to the mission statement of the Heisman Trust when I saw.
I found mine on Wikipedia.
Okay, this is from the website.
Okay.
It was the same thing. We all know it's largely a brand award. It's largely a QB award. I think, for many reasons, CJ Stroud does not deserve to be in this top 4 because he and Kenny Pickett had the same stats. So, if you're going to put one of those two on it, Kenny Pickett played an extra game, won a conference championship. He also was the best player on his own offense. Pitt
hasn't been relevant.
Pitt hasn't been relevant in years, and he was this year. They were this year because of Kenny Pickett. CJ Stroud was the 3rd best player on his own offense. You could argue 4th if you want to say Travion Henderson. I think he's behind Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave.
If Western Kentucky would have beaten Michigan State, Zap would have been in New York. Anyways.
Yeah, that's
not the player I want in, but
this is
just
a
little fun fact.
This is a pro Bailey Zapp podcast. Give Bailey Zapp to the Lions. So that's how I feel about it. That's my Pickett versus Stroud debate. So I think how it should have worked out this year is fine. Give me 2 quarterbacks. Give me an offensive player. Do I think Hutchinson deserved it over Will Anderson? No, I'll get into that. But did Hutchinson have a great year? Did a lot of teams scheme towards him so he wasn't able to put up the stats as other defensive players? Yes. That's why Ojabo had as good a year too, because so many teams were scheming toward Hutchinson. And even if you just watch him against Iowa, they tried to chip him with a running back, and he just run through anybody you put in front of him.
I mean, that video of Aiden Hutchinson pushing back the O-lineman, almost sacking their quarterback was incredible. That's a man's – that is a true man right there.
Yeah. So how I'll break it down is, one, why I think Hutchinson ultimately went from not even in the conversation to all of a sudden he is. So Heisman Award ballots go out on November 29th, and they're turned in December 6th. So they were turned in on Monday. What happened since then? Right before the ballots went out, Michigan played Ohio State, beat Ohio State for the first time in years.
3 sacks.
3 sacks, had a great game.
Pretty impressive.
He had 15 pressures in that game. Not a lot of people know that. He pressured Stroud 15 times. That's like
also
incredible.
pretty impressive.
It's like the highest PFF pressures that since they started tracking. It's nuts. And Michigan with the Big Ten title game for the first time ever. That's like a lot of recency bias. I know like there's so many voters across the country, and it's like a lot of random sports writers, and they're all old as fuck. They're from like Texas, these like random little towns. Michigan's a bigger brand than other schools. Aiden Hutchinson's the best player on that team. I can see why he got the
Not JJ?
No.
Maybe, okay. That
Oh.
was kind of a joke.
I hope so. Bryce Young, I think he just probably deserved it all year. I think he's largely, especially with Mechie out, he was like the glue to that offense. He was the best player on that offense, so I agree with that. Pickett, obviously, I stated that. Stroud, I don't see like how he really got the nod. I don't know if maybe it's because he threw fucking 6 touchdowns against MSU. I get it, but we did have like Bailey Zapp threw like 4 or 5 against us, so it's like I don't really understand that.
Put Zappin.
Mm-hmm. So it's a brand award, right? And my snub is obviously Kenneth Walker. I went to MSU. I think like that's no shocker. Michigan State, we're constantly snubbed by ESPN anyway, so like I'm not surprised here. I think Kenneth Walker should absolutely be in place against CJ Stroud. I think where the disconnect is when they played each other head to head. CJ Stroud threw 6 touchdowns. Kenneth Walker had 6 carries because he was injured. However, game tape, we were down 14-0 in a matter of seconds. You can't exactly run the ball in that situation.
Okay. Okay.
Do you have anything to add there?
I do also. I want to say, is the Big Ten the best conference in football, having 2 of the 4 best players in college football in that conference? I don't know.
Yes. It absolutely is, because the Big Ten East has
people aren't talking about that.
The Big Ten East has 3 teams in the top 10.
Yeah.
Just one fucking division of the conference. The SEC has 2 in the top 10? No, 3 Ole Misses.
Fraud.
Who cares?
So who do you think should be in? Do you lock in your answer on who you think should take Stroud's place? Okay,
so if we're gonna go with 4, because it kind of depends on the year. Sometimes there's 3, sometimes there's 4, sometimes there's 5. I'm not saying Kenneth Walker should win it. I'm saying if there's 4, Kenneth Walker should be in over Stroud. I could see a world where there's 5 and Kenneth Walker's in there. I think Kenneth Walker, what he did this year, should be invited to New York for a few reasons. 1, he was 2nd in the country in yards. I believe he is 5th in touchdowns. So he had 263 attempts, 1,636 yards for a 6.2 average, 18 touchdowns, 1 receiving touchdown. He was one of 3 offensive starters in the country with an offensive grade over 80. Stroud was one of 6, so he was lower than Kenneth Walker. Also, Walker represented 31.7% of MSU's offense, and MSU would be a 6-6 team without him. This is a team with an offensive line that is not good. They're banged up. They don't block. He just erases blocks. We were picked to be last in the Big Ten. He lasted a 10-2 season. We're going to a New Year's Six Bowl. Who would have thought? And also, if we're going to go back to the Heisman Trust mission, the winners of the trophy epitomizes great ability combined with diligence, perseverance, and hard work. Name somebody that works harder than a kid that just transferred from fucking Wake Forest across the country to MSU, almost had to quit football because of issues with his lungs. He almost had to quit football altogether. Turns out to be the best running back in college football.
You're asking me to name somebody better than them.
Say Central's running back.
Lou Nichols the third.
Okay, it's 60 more attempts than he also played.
I'm going to get into his stats because that's who my sneaky pick is to be in.
Lou Nichols?
Yeah.
What was Central's record?
8-4.
Okay, MSU's 10-2 in the Big Ten East.
I think, hot take, it might be a good thing that Kenneth Walker isn't in, because like you were saying about...
I'll get into that.
No, like you were saying about Michigan maybe asking the MSU bus driver how to get to Indy, I think MSU might have to ask the Michigan bus driver how to get to New York.
Yeah, we've never had a Heisman winner.
Never.
Which is fine.
Are you still boycotting? Because it feels like MSU fans have been boycotting since 1935.
That's fair. I mean, it's a team sport, so we largely just don't have players that are that incredible. However, I think now the Heisman has sort of turned into a clown award because it's largely ESPN driven. It's so brand driven. You see like all the Nissan awards like on commercials. The voters are old. It reminds me of like the MVP award in baseball, or like not the MVP, like Hall of Fame. Like all these like random writers around the country get to vote on it. They have their biases. They're like 80-some years old. But if we're saying Kenneth Walker doesn't deserve it, Mark Ingram in 2009 won the Heisman as a running back. He played 14 games, so two extra games over Kenneth Walker. 271 carries for 1,658 yards. So that was 8 more carries and 22 yards for an average of 6.1, so less than Kenneth, and 20 touchdowns. So he only had one more touchdown on Kenneth, and he won the Heisman that year. Kenneth doesn't even get invited to New York.
Okay, let me just check something real quick.
This is...
This might make you a little upset.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. I got it all. I had to update the records of the teams. Do you know who Kenneth Walker's best 4 games were against?
Northwestern.
Yep.
Michigan.
Yep.
Number 2 team in the country.
Yeah.
Rutgers.
Yes.
And
We were at the other one.
Miami.
Yeah. Okay, so against Northwestern, he had 264 yards. Northwestern's 3-9. Against Rutgers, he had 233 yards. They're 5-7. Michigan's a standout one, 12-1, and he had 197 yards. Ooh, Miami, 7-5 team. He had 72 yards.
Okay.
The record of those combined teams that he had the best 4 games against was 22-21.
You can make the exact same argument for Bryce Young, C.J. Stroud, Kenny Pickett.
I'm looking to compare that to Lou Nichols.
Okay.
Because Lou Nichols' 4 best games, it was against a 6-6 Ball State. He had 219 yards. The MAC East champ, Kent State, he had 215. He had 194 against a 7-5 Eastern. And then against the MAC champs, the Fighting Rocky Lombardis, he had 192 yards.
Okay, so teams that had better records because they played in the MAC, not against
He
Big Ten
can't
opponents.
choose who they play. I don't
Okay,
know.
but he had 80 more yards on 60 more attempts. And less touchdowns.
He did have less touchdowns, yes. Nichols,
And he had a worse record as a team.
okay, he plays on Central.
Okay.
He is one of the best players in college football. It's
he?
kind of like when Central had the leading scorer in
If he's-
basketball who averaged 35 points a
Okay,
game,
what'd he
Marcus
do in the
Keene,
league?
and he didn't even get recognized. That's kind of fucked up.
It's kind of like how Amani Bates played in the SEC white and would just beat up on 5'6" white kids in Tecumseh, and now look at him at Memphis. He fucking stinks.
Do you think that if he does fucking stink, do you think that if Walker was more of a threat in the pass game and maybe had more than 89 yards, he maybe would have gotten recognized?
He had over 100, but
He had 13 catches for 89 yards. That's what I saw on ESPN.
he had more than that.
He
But,
had 1,725 all-purpose.
so, I think that's an argument, but
Because Lou Nichols had 38 catches for 300 yards, 2,000 all-purpose.
okay, but Lou Nichols is not. It's an 8-4 team. They're not going. This is if we're gonna say that the Heisman is a brand award. Central's not a fucking brand at all.
They fucking will be. They will be.
That's the most ignorant argument I've ever heard.
You know how many turnovers Kenneth Walker had?
He had one fumble.
He had one.
That was
he
his
lost.
first in his career.
You know how many Lou Nichols had?
0.
0.
Wow, dude, that's a Heisman. Give him the Heisman. Give Mount Pleasant stand up.
Who were Kenneth Walker's worst games against?
Ohio State, he
OSU,
was injured.
Youngstown State, who was
He
3
didn't
and
play
7.
because we were up 50.
Nebraska, who's 3-9, who is better than 3-9, I'll give you that. And Indiana, who is 2-10. Record of those teams is 18-28. Lou Nichols' worst games: SEC LSU, 6-6 Miami of Ohio.
SEC LSU, say the record.
6-6.
Yeah, there it is.
Robert Morris, he had 79 yards.
Robert
They're
Morris,
4-6.
D2 team.
And Missouri, who was also SEC, which he had 135 yards. That is
Okay.
one of his worst games. The
Okay.
combined record of that team, those teams are 22-24.
But let me ask you this. Did he have a 5-touchdown game against his biggest rival on primetime television?
He didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Yeah,
but,
he didn't have a Heisman
I mean,
moment.
when-
You need a Heisman moment.
Well, the Heisman moment for Kenneth Walker could have been against OSU if he wasn't a bitch and got hurt.
He was hurt going into the game. He had a sprained ankle. He sprained it the game before. And also the game tape, Kenneth Walker can't play defense, so it's not his fault that we just couldn't run the ball that game because we were down 1,000,000. We had to throw the ball.
I'm just saying, as a freshman, Blue Nichols should have been recognized in some aspect.
He's absolutely not getting recognized in the Heisman talk until he goes to a school that isn't in Mount Pleasant, Michigan.
I mean, that's just fucking
You have to
disrespectful.
play in a non-Power 5 conference to get recognized unless your name is Desmond Ritter.
I was going to say, because I have been just being attacked for being a Bearcat stan, and here we are. I have 2 teams in the playoffs. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Lifelong Cincinnati fan.
Huge. I am going to Nippert
People
this
forget
weekend.
You
Stay tuned for the picture of me sitting on the midfield at Nippert Stadium.
It's fucking disgusting. Yeah, I just don't see, like, I guess you could say Stroud had his Heisman moment against Michigan State, but are we really counting that? He played against the worst secondary. Hutchinson obviously had his right before ballots went out against Ohio State.
Against
So I can see
the
his-
Ohio State. Yep.
Yes.
Sorry,
Kenny Pickett, I guess his Heisman moment was when he threw 6 touchdowns against Western Michigan, but he lost that game.
I think it was a fake slide against Wake Forest.
That was a fake slide. He should absolutely be banned from college football.
He is going to
Also-
get fucking pummeled next time that he goes to slide.
And he's playing us. And Quavaris Crouch will legitimately probably take his head off. However,
He would probably crouch his fucking.
this is a
just
mitten
teabag
money.
him.
This is a mitten money nugget for you guys. I'm going to the Peach Bowl. I'm all in on the Peach Bowl. December 30th. Michigan State, Pitt. The line opened at 4 points, favoring Pitt. It has since moved to 2. Kenny Pickett announced today he's unsure on if he will be playing
What a fucking pussy.
in the Peach Bowl after he previously the line opened at 4 because he said he absolutely was. Now he said he's unsure. That means to me he's not playing because I think he's going to be a first-round pick. If he gets injured, there goes that. He was projected 4th-round pick last year. Now he's a first-round pick because of how he played this year. No way he plays in that game. Get your MSU moneyline picks in today.
These bowl games are going to be disgusting because we're going to pick them and then players are going to say, oh, yeah, I'm not playing. Ooh, I'm going to be a 2nd-round pick. I'm going to be a 3rd-round pick. Ooh, I don't want
That's
to
why
play.
I'm not.
This is going to be gross.
That's why we're not picking bowl games today.
We're just going to
because
fair warn you guys.
We're not picking bowl games today because we want to wait till closer. And obviously, like a lot of coaches are leaving. Like for example, Oregon's trying to interview Kalani Sitake now from BYU. So like that could hurt BYU's odds in their bowl game. Like we don't know who's going to be coaching these teams. It's absolute fucking chaos out there. This is random nugget here too. I don't think coaches should be allowed to leave a college football team or program until after the bowl game.
Yeah, after
Because
the
I think it's
season's
just
over.
unfair to the kids. Because obviously, like kids can go on the transfer portal, but they can't like jump to a new program. So you know what I mean.
I hope Notre Dame skull fucks in their bowl game. I really hope they do.
The Marcus Freeman video was like absolute chills when he got announced. So I think they will. But my last piece on this, I also think Will Anderson is a snub. If you're gonna put, like I said, I'm not like arguing with Hutchinson. Obviously, like they play 2 different positions. Will Anderson's a linebacker, Hutchinson's D end. However, Will Anderson did have more sacks than him, which is impressive as a linebacker. He was also, I know like you might not agree with this, but the College Football Playoff Committee, he's the best player. I think Will Anderson's legitimately the best player on Alabama, and they're the number 1 team in the country. Hutchinson's the best player on the number 2 team in the country. Do with that what you will. But I think Hutchinson had more of an impact on the Alabama defense than C.J. Stroud did for Ohio State's offense because he could plug anybody in with Ryan Day's OC and those receivers. They're probably just as good.
As you could plug anybody in to an Alabama quarterback and they would be good.
That's fair. Like Mac Jones was there last year.
Mac Jones
Mac
is
Jones
a goat.
played well, but like
A.J. McCarron.
Tua was kind of underwhelming.
Who was before McCarron?
Well, you're forgetting like Jalen Hurts, Tua.
Well, Jalen Hurts is decent. Tua was pretty good in college. I mean, everybody's still in the league except for McCarron might still be in the league. I haven't heard of him in years. Shout out his wife who was on my Mount Rushmore.
Catherine Webb.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't know. Kind of discussing that. Closing argument here. Discussing Kenneth Walker didn't get invited, but he's going to win the Doak Walker Award. He's going to be the best running back in college football. And you know what? Another chip on MSU's shoulder is just what we need. little Mel Tuckerism. We're going to fucking even deeper water. We're going to fucking grow some gills this offseason, get to deeper water. We're going to keep chopping.
Grow some gills.
We're going to keep chopping. We're going to undefeated in the woodshed next year. And, let's just win a big time title.
There's too many sayings now for MSU. It's like chop wood, suck wood, fuck wood, let's go swimming, deep water. What is it? There's just too many sayings. It's like Tuck coming. Where's he coming? On your face? I don't know. There's just too many sayings.
I don't know where you've heard suck wood, but hey, yo. Any other thoughts from you?
Lou Nichols III is being snubbed, and this is disgusting. All right.
But yeah, I don't know.
Kenneth Walker III isn't even the best third in college football. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, there it is.
Mad.
I'm not mad at all. The one the same one of Heisman's this year got him mad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so NFL picks. I saw Evan's board earlier. It's kind of fucking disgusting.
It's not great. It's not great. I was just looking at numbers. I was the meme where the guy just has all the numbers popping up, and I was just like, "There's no way that these teams go over." Yep.
Verbal meme. I'm gonna ride my in-conference under after Thanksgiving. It's 2-0 now. I've done it the last 2 weeks, and I'm gonna go to an absolute fucking snooze fest. Red Zone probably won't even put this game on. It's Jaguars Titans. The Jags' last 7 games have gone under. I think with all these college football openings, Urban Meyer's getting a little distracted. He's thinking about putting his fingers
somewhere,
weird places,
somewhere where the sun don't shine.
The Titans have absolutely no run game, so Tannehill's just forcing balls. He's an interception machine.
Hey yo,
this is 2 interception machines. If I know anything about 2 guys that throw interceptions, especially that fucking idiot Trevor Lawrence bust.
He's about as big as a bust as Cade Cunningham.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of interceptions in the red zone, I think. So under 43.5 here, Jaguars Titans. Wow. I could also see this being like a 40-3 Titans beat the Jags.
We have a lot of unders. My first pick is the Seahawks at the Texans under 41. Seahawks have cashed the over last week for the second time all year. They're 2-10 on hitting the over this year. Before this week, they were on a 9-game streak of the unders, and this is the lowest total Seattle has faced all year. Texans have also cashed 6 of their last 7 under and have scored 9 or less points in 6 games this year, including 2 games where they didn't score at all. Tyrod Taylor was benched last week for Davis Mills, and they still couldn't even get 100 yards throwing the ball. Wilson's getting settled back in. Doesn't look great right now. Should be an easy win for the Seahawks. The Texans' roster is really thin and won't be much of a threat at all with the ball. There is no way this goes over. The Texans will score less than 10.
Also, there's a chance that Davis Mills is the quarterback.
Yeah,
which means under.
They did play the Colts, who has a good defense. I get that, but not even getting 100 yards in the air, just throw screen passes. I don't know. If Goff can get over 150 yards, Tyrod Taylor can get over 100.
Jared Goff is objectively the best quarterback in the NFL. In December.
In December. I am disgusted that he won the NFC offensive player of the week or whatever.
He should.
He shouldn't have.
He's the best quarterback in the world. If you look at his girlfriend.
Yeah. Oh my God, that video. Horny Cody, after the Lions win, found a video.
If you watch it, she was shooting for Sports Illustrated.
I watched it. I watched it a couple times. Just research reasons.
Yeah.
I was brought to tears by how happy she was for her hubby.
You just love seeing love like that. I'm just kidding.
I literally didn't.
Is my last.
I literally didn't even look at her face that entire video. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
As you should not. Let's go to Thursday Night Football. Steelers versus. I don't even fucking remember who they're playing. I just put the player.
NFL Cody Sharp.
Steelers They play somebody good. I'm thinking of it.
I looked at it.
I'm just kidding. I'm opening the schedule.
Good radio.
They play somebody bad. Oh, the Vikings. Yeah. All right.
I'm not going to slander Kirk Cousins.
I don't give a shit. It's Thursday Night Football. Ben Roethlisberger is bad.
Fuck you, Luke.
He is absolutely the check down merchant at this point in his career. If you have Najee Harris in a fantasy football league, good for you. He's PPR god. That's all he does is just throw 2-yard dink and dunks to fucking Najee Harris.
Drew Brees.
Short
Pretty
week.
much.
They just played on Sunday, which means I don't think they're going to game plan very well. I think there's going to be a lot of ground game. The Vikings are going to keep it on the ground, keep TJ Watt on his heels. That's how you counter a pass rush. You also don't want Kirk Cousins throwing a lot in primetime football. Speaking from experience.
He was 30 of 40 last week with 300 yards.
Yeah. Also, the Vikings I believe, are still down. As of Sunday, they were. They're down both starting linebackers, which means Steelers are going to run the football. Pound Najee Harris, pause.
No.
I don't see a world where Ben Roethlisberger gets over this total under 256.5 yards passing.
Wow. My next pick, surprise, shocker, under 42.5 at the Saints at the Jets. Let me start by saying if this was a bowl game, it'd be called a backup bowl game because injuries are running rampant throughout these programs. Took me a while to think about that one. Jets are struggling a lot this year, but the best part about their team is their defense. And John Franklin Myers and Quinnen Williams are the bright sparks for their future. And we'll have to contain Hill on the ground and force him into the mistakes that he had last week. He threw 3 interceptions in the fourth quarter. That is fucking atrocious. With that being said, he ran the ball pretty decently. And if it wasn't for the 3 interceptions, it would have been maybe a different game. Sean Payton's a smart guy, and maybe he figures something out here on the ground this week and tries to break through the Jets' front and tire it out. In New York, I feel like it's going to be cold, frosty, windy. One team is used to playing in a dome, and the other one is terrible. That's why I like this pick.
You also get Taysom Hill, so he's going to be running a lot.
Yeah.
And spin zone, like we mentioned, Army-Navy's this weekend. What's the next day? Jets-Saints at the same stadium. There's going to be a lot of triple option on that field. That grass is going to be fucked up.
I didn't even think about that, but I love that.
Yeah.
Players are going to be sliding everywhere.
There's
going to be a gross game.
There's going to be key injury in that game. I'm just saying now. I don't root for injuries.
Wow. Injury Wilkins is here.
Mm-hmm. Raiders Chiefs. I don't really know what to say about them. These two teams just love scoring against each other. That's all it is. The Raiders make no sense. One week, like Thanksgiving, they look like the best team on turf. The next week, they lose to the Washington football team.
They're hot right now.
The total for this game is at 47.5. So the last 4 times these two teams have played each other head-to-head, it's gone over this total. The Chiefs' defense has been playing extremely well. Apparently now they're the best scoring defense.
It's crazy how that works.
Which means they're due for a letdown. They also have been playing fake-ass offenses.
This is where Cody knows the NFL.
This week you get Deshaun Jackson. He's going to take the top off like early in the game, score like an 80-yard touchdown, and get ignorant as fuck. And then the Chiefs are going to proceed to score 42 points on the Raiders' heads. And we're going over 47.5.
Wow.
Also, this
Bold
is
call.
big for the over. If Jackson Mahomes is tick-tocking in the stadium.
Don't tell me you have a stat on the
If he goes,
over-unders.
no, I don't have a stat. If Jackson Mahomes goes to the stadium, I don't like this over. Because, I don't know, I feel like Patrick plays worse when his fucking idiot brothers up there wiggle dicking in the fucking box.
Imagine you're Patrick Mahomes and you're taking a snap. You're trying to, like, redirect people. And you look up at the big screen and you just see, like, they put, like, your brother on the fucking screen. And
Corvette.
Yeah.
Hop in the mouth like a jet.
All right, welcome to Cody and Evan TikTok. Sing TikTok songs. Okay, cool. Another under, surprise, Lions at the Broncos, under 42. The Lions under hit 66% of the time.
I don't know. Jared Goff got his swagger back.
This is a letdown game.
Letdown game or what?
The Broncos lead the league in unders at 84%. That is a fucking fat stat. Also, I mentioned this earlier.
They also lead the league in QBs with dick size.
I swear to God. I swear. I mean, when I see that man scramble, that ass looks like he has a pogo stick right in between there. All right. Let's talk about one of the undefeated teams in December. One of the hottest teams this month, the Lions. I will say their defense has been surprisingly all right, and it has been keeping them in these games. With that being said, the Broncos have a better defense and should be able to limit Goff's checkdowns. And Swift is questionable, and if he doesn't play, then this offense is going to be dog shit. Fangio is playing for Fangio. Okay. is playing for his job at this point. I think he wants it more at home than Dan Campbell does. That took a lot for me to say because watching Dan Campbell talk after a win, I wanted to run through a fucking brick wall. They held the Chiefs.
When he picked up Sheila Ford.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It looked like she was about to turn into dust. They held the Chiefs to under 300 yards and didn't let Mahomes throw a touchdown. And if they can guard Kittle, Hartman, and Hill, then they can definitely guard every single shitty Lions receiver, except for Hawk. Hawk will have like 80 yards.
Amon-Ra's cookies.
That's okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. That's Evan's favorite receiver, isn't it?
Yeah.
He went to Minnesota?
USC.
Same thing.
Caught the game winner last week.
Yeah,
also starting for my fantasy team this week.
Okay.
Which means he's going off.
Sure.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Under.
Okay. Then Rams-Cardinals Monday Night Football. I don't know why, but I like the Rams in this game because they've been getting pummeled on primetime, so I think it's about time they fucking won one. They got their swagger back last week. They just skull-fucked Trevor Lawrence 37-7. Odell looked good. Van Jefferson looked good. Cooper Kupp looked good. I know it's the Jaguars. I get it. This is what the Rams do. They beat up on bad teams, lose good teams. But looks like Odell's getting comfortable in the office, so they lost Robert Woods. I also think they can utilize the tight ends a little bit in this game. So Ty Higbee.
Hey, I like tight ends.
Hey, yo. So did Jerry at
Sandusky. Let's see.
Sorry. Von Miller didn't play the first time these two teams faced off. I know the Cardinals skull fucked him, but the NFC West makes no sense. So if I know anything about NFL football, it means the Rams are going to win this game on Monday night. This is a turnaround game. The Rams remind me a lot of the Bucs last year, where they had all the talent in the world. They just didn't practice hard. They didn't play hard. They were just coasting to the playoffs. I think the Rams are going to start putting it together. It's week 14. It's not up or shut up time. Make a run at the playoffs. Make a run at the soupy Rams +2.
Soupy. Soupy
season.
I also want to say that my Rams -3 third quarter was absolutely free. They outscored them 14-0 in the third quarter. Anyways, Bengals at home against the 49ers. The Bengals -1. -1. Each team is coming off a loss here, so this is just a who wants it more game. I love those games. Let's break it down real quick on San Fran. They run the ball 53% of the time in road games, which is second in the NFL. However, they're only averaging 126 yards a game on the ground. The Bengals have shown that they can stop the run this year and are allowing under 95 yards a game. And over the last 3 games have only allowed 68 on average. The key here is going to be the Bengals' ability to slow down their backs and force Jimmy G to beat them. I think Jimmy G's been fucking hookers, and I don't think his head's going to be right for this game. If this would turn into a that was a little out of pocket.
I love how that came from.
Whenever I think of Jimmy G, I just think of porn stars. It's a porn star name too. If this would turn into a shootout, I think the Bengals definitely have the edge here. Deebo Samuel is still out, and so is Elijah Mitchell. And at home in Cincy, what do we say about where we go? When we go to games, the team usually wins. Mm-hmm. I am going to Cincy this weekend. I will be there on Sunday when they play. I will not be in the stadium, but I will have canes in my hand, and I will be near the stadium.
I know you don't like chili, but I think for the sake of the...
I just need to get a Skyline chili.
I think for the sake of the brand, of the mid-money brand, I need a video of you trying Skyline chili.
It's possible. A little bit of Skyline chili and some ass on the side. At home in Cincy, I'm going to be in Cincy this weekend. If you know, you know. There's no way that they lose here, and they will cover the spread. Burrow wasn't happy when he heard my under on his passing yards last game. That was a stupid pick, hand up. And definitely wants to prove a point after getting bent over by the Chargers. Joe Burrow, if you're listening to this, because I know that you heard me take the under last week, I love you. I want to kiss you on the lips, and I can't wait to see you this weekend. Except I'm not actually going to the game, so...
Maybe we'll just run into him.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe I'll run into him at some fucking bar I can't name. Okay. Going to SantaCon on Saturday, maybe he'll be out there. I don't know.
Sure. Okay, and then finally, our dog of the week is actually an air dog.
Air bud.
It's the shit bird. It's the rat birds versus the steamers, the Cleveland
What?
Steamers. The rat birds.
The rat birds?
Yes, the Ravens.
Okay.
They're playing the Browns.
Can you give us a bark before this?
I think I gotta do a no. Ruff, ruff.
Okay.
In a fucking.
Wow.
It's the Ravens. They're
This is
birds.
going to turn into an ASMR podcast.
I swear to God. What's up, baby? Ravens, they're 2.5-point dogs versus the Browns. I don't really see why. 2 weeks ago, the Ravens won this game. Browns had a bye. Ravens should have beat the Steelers last week, 1 for 2. They're goofy. What are you going to do? I think they're going to beat the Browns again. The key to beating the Browns is to limit Myles Garrett. What do the Ravens do? They run the football. Pass rusher can't really do much when you run the football in between the tackles. I think the Ravens are just going to run free. This is Lamar. I think they're going to use a lot of Mark Andrews, a lot of Hollywood Brown. I like the Ravens here, and also our dog of the weeks are fucking like unstoppable.
They are fucking hot.
if
I'm
Mitten-
gonna do some research and find the stats because they're fucking hot right now.
If Mint Money picks an underdog, you take it, and I don't need to give you a fucking statistic. So it's that simple. So those are our NFL picks.
Are we getting into our parlay?
No,
Nope.
we're gonna.
Is this the Cody has an idea?
This is
New segment. Wee woo wee woo wee woo.
I have an idea. Oh, wait, another new segment I just plugged in. Fuck you, Stetson Bennett. You're just as big of a fucking loser as fucking JT Daniels. You walk out of Georgia and you think you're the man. This is the one time you guys are
This
supposed
is
to be
coming out
Bama.
of nowhere.
This is the one time you're supposed to be Bama. You don't, because your fucking name is Stetson. If Kirby Smart trots a motherfucker named Stetson out there to play Michigan in the semifinal, fire him. That's a fireable offense.
I actually legitimately might Photoshop a picture of Stetson Bennett and JT Daniels kissing. Just to when Michigan
for-
wins, I'm going to put it on a shirt and say bitches or something stupid. Because they're both stupid.
Whatever, we should create an award that's like the opposite of the Heisman, and it's just like the fucking shittiest quarterbacks in college football.
So we can give it to CJ Stroud.
Mm-hmm. So now I had an idea. Now this popped in my head. I don't know why I was thinking about this. So this is the premise of the idea, and I'll get into how it works.
I have also not heard about this idea. He said he wanted a live reaction,
It's not-
and I'm here to give it to
It
the
isn't that
people.
crazy. So I got to break it down. It is essentially jury duty for the Olympics. So how that would work is...
What the fuck is this? What? Jury duty for the Olympics.
Let me
Okay.
break it down.
All right.
So the Olympics are every 2 years. There's a summer and a winter Olympics. In between, there's nothing. There's no Olympics. What could we do to fill those gaps? Random people. So how jury duty works, you randomly get a letter in the mail. You got to show up for jury duty. You're forced. Random people, you get a letter one day, and it just gives your name in an Olympic event that you have to compete in before. And you don't have any training. So you just get the letter in the mail. It says fucking pole vaulting, and you have no pole vaulting experience. You're a schlub that sits on your couch and watches pizza, and it's televised on NBC for the entire world to watch.
This sounds like you probably smoked half an ounce and then thought about this idea.
So now I'm just thinking imagine you and 4 of your boys get basketball. And it's 5-on-5, you versus fucking Spain at the Olympics, and you're competing for a gold medal. And it's just your I am basketball team on TV. Just thinking the pure comedic value. And it's also the year before the summer, we do summer. So the year before the winter, imagine you or me trying to do fucking Shaun White on the big half pipe. Or
Well, you kind of look like Shaun White.
I do. The ice luge, when they go down with the
fucking
bobsledding.
bobsled?
Yeah.
I've watched Cool Runnings enough where I fucking know how to bobsled.
Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Come on, Jamaica's bobsled time. This is just free entertainment. It's it makes sense for the networks. Just have random... Because then when you go to watch the actual Olympics, you're like, holy fuck, look at these people.
These people are actually
Because you
good.
watch these schlubs and Michael Phelps or Usain Bolt runs a 9-second 100-meter dash.
Something.
Whatever it
He's
is,
fast.
picture us running at 22. It'd look incredible. So it just makes the athletes look better. And you're probably wondering, why would a random person do this? This is how you incentivize them. I don't know. One, you get to compete for a gold medal. There's no shot I'm ever competing for a gold medal in my life. Two, I don't know. Everyone wants their student loans paid off. Maybe if you win a fucking gold medal, just boom, lottery. We'll pay off your student loans. Or like, we'll pay off your car. Something like that. The government just fucking prints money anyway. They just keep not to get political. They just keep raising the national debt. Why not? Just makes sense.
That was a lot of information that I didn't expect at all to be thrown at me. I thought you were gonna make like a new rule for football where like after they score, the quarterback and the receiver have to kiss or something. I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. It's an interesting idea. It's not that far out.
Yeah, I think it works. I think it plays.
I think if we talk to a network, we could bring it to life.
NBC, give us a call. Or maybe Barstool will do it. Why not? Speaking of the Barstool Bowl, your Central Michigan Chips are in.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't think of a better fucking team to play in that.
Versus Boise State.
Yeah. Boise State, more like bitchy State. It's Chippewa season, baby.
So, I don't know. Let us know what you guys think of that idea. Maybe this has to get some gas. We got to get some gas on this fire because this idea is fucking hot right now, just like our picks, not our parlays. Our parlays have been losing, which means I'm going to give you another one because it's due.
We both have a 4-leg NFL parlay, which will be featured on our tickets.
So mine is called the all-you-can-eat parlay. A little play on all-you-can-eat buffet.
Okay.
So why it's called the all-you-can-eat parlay is I picked an over and under, a favorite, and a dog. I didn't pick the dog money line. I picked them to cover. So Giants Chargers over 44. This one is now looking shaky because it's possible Keenan Allen and Mike Williams don't play. But I like Danny Dimes. So I'm going to go over 44 there. I just think if you just pound Saquon against the Chargers run D, he's good. The Giants are good for at least like 14 to 17, so why not? Bears plus 12.5 versus the Packers on Sunday Night Football because Justin Fields is playing and Justin Fields has moxie. And 12.5 is a lot of points for an in-conference team on primetime football.
Okay.
I usually like to ride with Aaron Rodgers as like the Bears killer, but I think the Bears cover 12.5. Saints -5 versus the Jets. I think this is like kind of what Taysom Hill does. He beats up on bad teams. And then Cowboys, Washington, under 47.5. Those four, plus 1,200 odds.
Okay. Plus 2,700?
12.
12.
Go to yours.
What are you going to buy for me if that hits?
I'm not buying you shit. You're going to be in Cincinnati this weekend.
Okay. You'll bail me out after I go to jail for open talks. Okay, cool. I was trying to think of a cool name. I was going to say
just spitball. I'll make a name immediately.
I was going to say the power play parlay, but it has 4, not 5, because in hockey, if you playing with 5, yeah. But okay, so let's just say 2 players are in the box.
Powerball. No, how many numbers does Powerball have?
No, this is the Powerball parlay because it's going to make you fucking money.
It's like you're hitting the lottery.
Yep. All right. I've been taking a lot of unders. This is scaring me. Under 18.5 on the Jets total team points. They fucking stink. Mm-hmm. That's all I'm going to say. Washington football team plus 4.5 at home against the Cowboys. They're fucking hot right now. That's all you have to know. Denver Broncos under 25.5 at home against the Lions. Lions defense has been stepping up. Weird shit happens in Denver. Teddy Bridgewater sucks dick. He might suck his own dick because it's so big. Anyways, Giants at the Chargers. Chargers minus 6.5.
Remove a rib.
So under 18.5. Washington spread plus 4.5. Under 25.5 Broncos. And the Chargers minus 6.5. That parlay will give you plus 993. 993. What am I going to buy for Cody? Maybe a ticket to see the national championship game with Michigan versus Cincinnati. I don't know.
As a lifelong Michigan fan, I fucking love to be there.
Yeah, I could feel the energy coming out of you.
Wearing all my Jumpman and my Aiden Hutchinson jersey.
Yep.
Fucking start kissing dudes like all the other Michigan fans. Mad. Or my khakis.
Okay, I'm not going to get into it. Do you have a Christmas fact?
I do have a Christmas fact, and it's one that I made up out of my head.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Christmas isn't about the presents. It's about family and togetherness.
That's not really a fact. That's a
it's a fact. But we fucking let me cook over here, bro.
Stupid ass quote.
But we all know you when you wake up on Christmas and there's no fucking presents on the tree, you're gonna be pretty pissed off. So you know what you can do.
What? This sounds like a sponsorship.
You can go
to this website. Use our code for 25% off.
You can buy your loved one. Maybe you have a friend that is a avid listener of Mitten Money. You can go to our Twitter and navigate to our website and buy Mitten Money merch for that special someone in your life. Have a drippy hoodie, some sort of tee for when summer comes around. I don't know. Maybe we'll drop something crazy. We'll just spitball some new merch ideas for Christmas.
Maybe a graphic of like Santa spanking himself with a stack of cash.
Maybe we'll drop some like posters or something. I don't know. We'll have to look at our merch, guys. Evan.
Yeah, I'll have to get with the graphic designer
we'll
on
have to meet with corporate and see what we can do. But little plug for us.
I definitely know that I'm gonna get Bill a Bill's Bad Bats Mint Money shirt.
Or you can buy us a Jets Pizza gift card because we eat there almost every Saturday, sponsor the podcast.
Fuck.
So that's our show. I'll recap my card. So Jags Titans under 43.5. Ben Roethlisberger under 256.5 passing yards. Raiders Chiefs over 47.5. Rams +2 versus Cardinals. And the dog of the week is the Ratbirds.
Bark. A bird dog. Okay. Not sponsored by them. My card is Seahawks at the Texans under 41. Saints at the Jets under 42.5. Lions at the Broncos under 42. 3 unders in a row. I'm sick. Bengals -1 at home against the 49ers. Beat, bop, boom, bing, bong.
Rock,
Daddy's
paper,
home.
scissors. I won last week. I think it's 9-5.
Yeah. Scissors twice always wins.
10-5.
I'm
That's
going to
our
go
show.
park my car in a tree on the way home.
You promise?
I wish.
Mitten Money Bets, episode 16. Everybody, have a blessed week.
Follow us on Twitter, like us on wherever,
At
listen
Mitten
to
Money
us on Spotify, kiss us on the lips
Podcast.
if you see us.
Leave a review.
Do something. Bye.
I don't want to miss out on the holiday, but I can't stop staring at your face. I should be playing in the winter snow, but I'ma be under the mistletoe. Mama with you, shorty with you, shorty with you, under the mistletoe.